Okay, so Tupac Shakur's godmother has died in Cuba, where she was living in exile, right? She was a convicted murderer. Um, but there's a bit of a dispute on if she did anything or not, or if she got justice. Now, I mean, I went to Black History School on Saturdays as a kid, and I don't remember learning about this lady. I learned about Tupac's mother. This lady, that's not her original name. Her original name was like Deborah Byron, I think, or something like that. Um, but this is crazy. I read this story that's on the New York Times where they talk about what happened to her. But basically, she was a member of the Black Liberation Army, which was like kind of an offshoot of the Black Panthers, but they were like radical. They used to bomb places and burn places down and whatever. Anyhow, so she was in a car with two other people and they were pulled over by the police. And what the police say is that they came out of the car, guns ablazing, and they had a shootout with the police. And that she killed one of the police officers in the shootout. But she says she didn't have a gun, that she had her arms up. And she was shot and wounded. I think they said she was shot in the torso and the shoulder or something like that. And then one of her accomplices died, and the other guy was shot as well. And then the state trooper, the other one, was wounded as well. And so she was put on trial, and even though they didn't have any evidence that she had a gun, she was convicted. No evidence at all. She had lawyers and everything. And the worst part is this happened in 1973, I think. So between 1973 and 1977, she was in police custody when this happened. They put her, and I think this is deliberate, because they had women's prisons back then. They put her in a holding cell with a man, and suddenly she was impregnated. Right? While in prison. Just horrible to think that you're being accused of this. So, maybe she did it, maybe she didn't do it. But even if she did do it, that they put you in a prison with men so they can do whatever they want to you. Her daughter's still alive. Anyhow, if you continue reading on, you'll hear that eventually, I think in like 1977 or 1979 or something like that, she gets sent to prison for life, right? And these people, I think, that are members of the Black Liberation Army go and break her out of prison and transport her to like the Bahamas, and then they sent her to Cuba. And then she lived in Cuba for the rest of her life in exile. And she wrote books. They had songs written about her and just like tons of stuff done. She did interviews from Cuba and all of that. I just think it's outrageous. Just like, can you imagine if that happened today? Like, you'd have to have proof that she did it. Like, you'd have to have a weapon with bullets and stuff that proves that she shot the bullets, and that she, like, fingerprints and, like, eyewitness and all that stuff. You'd have to have that kind of stuff to prove that she was shooting at the police. But I think it was that she's, like, in the vehicle with them, so she's, like, guilty of the crime as well. I don't know. It was just really shocking that she went to jail, too. So that's the person that we're talking about, right? She's 78 years old. So I guess, like, read the New York Times story. Google her. That's her name, her Black Liberation Army name. But yeah, I was just really shocked at just the violence, the violence, and just the facts that they know today. So she was like one of the first women that was on like the FBI's terror list or something like that too. What do you think about this?